All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game number 1 in the semifinals for the Corsair Cup. This is brought to you by a combination of Corsair every single week, and of course Twitch helps power it up at the end of each month with a big old monthly finals. Of course, it is points awarded as well as cash for the top 4, and those points will determine who gets invited to the season finals as a $400 prize pool, opposed to these $100 weekly cups. But I'm, of course, your host, Rifkin. Thank you so much for tuning in today as we get into this first game in the leftmost side of the map. We've got the Blue Zerg, Bly. And at the bottom right, going to be the Red Terran player, aLive, who is, just like Keen, coming from Korea to play here in Europe. So there is a distinct server advantage for Bly as the home field player. Now, that being said, we just watched Keen fight through that to shut down his opponent in sort of... It's not at all impossible for aLive to beat Bly here. But a couple of things to note. Bly was really unhappy with seeing this map as the first one in the semifinals. For those who don't know, each of the maps are randomized and pre-picked ahead of time, and it's loser's pick after that. This map used to be awful, actually. For the last couple weeks, Zerg players have been really upset about this because 3-Rax Reaper has been so stupidly good on it. However, dialing back to the fact that this is now a Reaper world where they've been nerfed and their grenades are not so good, it's not really going to be a problem. And I don't think it should be for Bly either. Hopefully, at least, because I expect good things from him. Also, to get caught up with things towards the end of that, we had a sub coming in from Thebert, the one and only Bert338 for the 30 months. I thank you kindly for your long-time dedication to the channel, sir. Proctor221 with the Twitch Prime sub. SC2 Awake, I think I got earlier too, but you know what? Twitch Prime subs all around. Love to see those guys. And Say It Fast just came back for 4 months. Boom! Thank you very much, dude. Reaper having a small tussle here in the middle of the map. It's not going to be much, but still kills the Lings. That'll keep his command center safe, which always feels good. Of course, some of the dynamics for this map that we haven't really touched on are the fact that this is a 3-player map. It's the only 3-player map. In fact, it's the only non-2-player map we've really had in a while, because, of course, last season was all 2-player maps. I'm trying to think if there even are any 4-player spawn in the map pool right now, but anyways, 3 kind of shakes it up a bit in terms of scouting. Nothing so dynamic that he won't be able to scout, obviously. He's already found his opponent, but it's a little bit harder to pull off proxies on a map like this. Rifkin, I'm now bleeding from the ears. While you're doing so in the best way possible. Enjoy it. Flotch, my dude! It's been a while since I've seen you in chat. Says, holy shit, it's been so long since I've got a BaseTradeTV stream. Work's been a bit of a royal ass fucking. Well, I'm sorry to hear that, dude. But I'm glad you could come by the stream. I'm sorry that I don't have zest for you today, baby. We've got some good old-fashioned... You know what I love? This is actually now Foreigner versus Korea. It's our own little GSL versus the world. Corsair Cup versus Korea. Because yeah, it's Foreigner Zerg versus Korean Terran for the rest of the tournament. Excuse me, I don't know, I was trying to blow up a balloon there. I have some balloons left over from my birthday just laying around my desk I can't help but fidget with, but Hellions run by here. And unfortunately the Queens don't do that much damage, so they do get through to the main. Ling's now on top of this. I don't know how much aLive's gonna get done with this though. Here's my response to this attack. Okay, I'll put that away. Did Keen already play a laser? No, they'll be waiting to play, and they will play after this series. So it'll be Bly versus aLive, best of 3. Keen versus a laser, best of 3. And then the winners of both will fight in the grand finals, best of 5. Nice run by out of these Lings, though. A bit of payback for the Hellions, and Bly says, I'll show you how this is done. This is how you kill workers, kid. 4 CVs is really not too bad from this. 5 even? 6 SCVs. Well, alright. Aw, man, you guys are too kind today. One small step. Subs with Twitch Prime. One giant leap for Subkind. Thank you for joining the Base Trade Brigade. May your day be excellent and awesome. Full wall off guarantees no more run-bys will be a problem. The auto-turret harass, as we saw, really not that effective. Very few workers have died this game, despite the committed attacks out of both players. But Bly did get a little bit of an edge there. Ooh, that out almost kills the queen. This right here, ladies and gentlemen, is Zerg regeneration at its finest. No, don't go back in! No! What? Why? Okay, not a colossal mistake or a game-ending move, but I was just busy appreciating how he barely kept the queen alive, only for him to throw it away in the garbage. I'm gonna have to get a new bottle of water soon. Well, what am I drinking? I'm drinking some sort of knockoff Gatorade. What's this? Gatorade Perform. I don't know. It's got low calories. Something like that. Actually, yo, I had the greatest shit post over the weekend. I know this has nothing to do with the game, but shut up. I want to tell someone my story because I haven't been live, guys, and I missed all of you. But for those who don't know, there's Splice, right? Like, yeah, they sponsor Stats, TY, and Solar. Like, woo, awesome team. I like them for a lot of other reasons. They got good ethics. One of their co-owners is like a great guy. But they were, I think, I don't think they are anymore. They were sponsored by G Fuel at some point, and I bought one of their shakers when I started buying G Fuel because I like Spice. But I think recently it got sponsored by Mountain Dew, so I mixed the two into the shaker, and it caused an explosion. And whatever for the story of the post, the co-owner of the team responded with a favorite on that tweet, and I was like, yes, my job here is done. But man, I wish I had some more of that drink right now, I'll tell you that much. Or something to drink. Anyways, take a break after this game for some water. I'll live for now. Got the power of a camel. It's my spirit animal right now. He's been having a lot of trouble with these auto turrets, frankly. Not really getting destroyed by them, and he's not losing a lot of workers to them, but the queens have been taking a lot of damage, and that means that the drops will probably execute them a little bit better because there'll be less transfuses, less, frankly, queens. But it's not so much of a drop as it is a push, and there's a cool spot, of course, if you guys haven't seen this map for a while, because it's been a while. You put a tank over here, and it zones out this ramp. You don't have to commit with it. But a corrosive bile lands, and a couple of... fungal growth, excuse me, I said that backwards. A fungal growth lands, and a couple of corrosive biles annihilate the army. Medevacs are dead, and so are... Oh, the Marines, why are you stimming while you're fungal alive? Do you just enjoy having no health on these units? They're already red. The health bars don't need to match. This is not the fall ball, okay? Your outfit doesn't matter here. Everything he has is so badly injured, and as far as I can tell, there's no medevacs coming out soon because he just made those Vikings. Oh, God, no. So basically, he has a flimsy, fragile army. We got some more subs coming in. I'll give some love to you guys in a second because I think we've got some action about to hit off here. There is still a fungal locked and loaded. He doesn't need fungal for the tanks. Corrosive biles alone will handle that. Fungal growth grabbing the Marines, that's what he's looking for here. Oh, combat shields is not done yet either. This makes this push really dangerous for aLive, but he has set the tanks up in a really good way. Taking the Raven out of the equation was nice. Now maybe if he wants to start looking to things like Burrow, which just completed, he can start maneuvering the infestors as such. Scanning for some creep tumors, and finally some medevacs make it to the front line, but only to possibly get fungal a little too close to the infestors for comfort, man. Oh. This game is killing me, guys. I'm getting so stressed out watching this, but I love it. So aLive has done a pretty good job of keeping Bly kind of backed away here, right? This means Bly's not running across the map, he's not doing counterattacks, and he's not really hurting aLive. But at the same time, aLive's not getting to the mineral lines. He's not dropping this fourth base that just finished up, and he's not pressuring Bly enough that he's like unwilling to do anything else. This is us getting past the point now of aLive getting control of the game. And what I mean by this is Bly is weakest most when he's transitioning to Hive. He's second weakest when he's making the Ultralisk Cavern. This is that secondary weak phase. Once that completes and he starts getting Ultras out, he'll be good. But somehow some Lings slip by, and oh my god, well there might be something going on this side of the map. It's irrelevant to all the mules and SCVs that just got demolished by the smallest Ling run by. Not the smallest, but a small ling run by. This was really good for Bly. He's actually going to clean up the defenders too, so he's going to be able to stick around a little bit longer. Marauders and Marines go down, and while he took a little bit of damage back at home, he absolutely hurt aLive so badly here. 15 workers might not sound like a lot, but he got the 3 or 4 mules that went with them, and that was what really costs aLive here. Now again, aLive is set up this great position that looks like it's like a fake victory here, right? Like he looks like he's zoning out Bly. He looks like he's keeping him from expanding, but realistically, we know, despite aLive not scanning, there's a whole new base up here. There's creep spread to the right of him, haters to the left, and this is just not looking good. Bly, by the way, now has those ultras coming out too. Kindness Plating is not researching. This is an oversight by him. If Bly doesn't get that Kindness Plating, these ultras are not that great. In fact, they're just expensive units to throw away. Well, he does have +2 armor. That's not going to cut it. Now, frankly, he might actually just be looking for this for damage, right? You land the fungal growth. Sure, you don't have the corrosive biles. The ultras will chunk him down. But the medevacs not being hit by these corrosive biles, and Bly loses out on a lot of his army that's meant to be behind the ultras supporting them. So the ultras come in now, but with nothing to support them whatsoever, they get obliterated. I don't think he even knows he didn't make Kindness Plating, by the way. This was a big mistake out of Bly. A massive blunder, if you will. The ultras are still fairly decently, but that's it. That's his army gone. Infestors are dead too. This base got cleaned up. Those 15 workers were paid back in full. The debt from that earlier attack has been paid. And as this continues to run around, he goes, just pick up and get out of here. There's no anti-air. Bly still without Kindness Plating, making 3 more ultras. Guys, I wish there was a way I could like reach out to Bly psychically and just whisper, Kindness Plating. But that's not going to happen. He's getting demolished, and this is it, frankly. This game could have been so much different too. But poor Bly looks like he's on the ropes here. 31 army supply. Both players on about an equal economy, but of course mules are pretty cool. I don't think he's going to have a way to deal with these Marauders, though, as they continue to just run away. If they get caught in a bad position, they just pick up and fly away with the medevacs, as there is no anti-air here. All of the Overlords are here, too, those Marines. Bly realizes now, could have destroyed all of that supply. But again, not that it really matters. Finds out about the base up here as he just was flying away. The Lynx will be not bad here, actually. The Marauders, of course, don't do too well, but I guess with so many medevacs, they each have their own personal healer. It's not a problem. There was the unload back over here. I don't have a lot to really say for poor Bly right now. He's in a terrible spot, and that's about all it comes down to. This is him still bleeding out in the main. His tech was so late for this. Like, now he has Kindness Plating, and now maybe he starts making this game work for him, but it's at such a disadvantage. Should have been rocking and rolling this game. What can he really do at this point, though? I mean, ideally here he starts taking good engagements, and the ultras trade out, and they trade up, but he's still down workers, and he can't afford to make more ultras because he has to make more workers. He doesn't even have Adrenal Glands on the Lings. If he had that, then maybe I could see some sort of run-bys starting to work out for him, but like any sort of run-by is going to be shut down pretty quickly now. He was able to catch aLive off guard earlier because aLive was so focused on this forward position, he had not just fortified, but invested in fortifying on this ramp. That's not part of the equation anymore. aLive's going to be looking at home. He's going to be paying attention. Oh, we got auto turrets too. I didn't even realize there's just a Raven skirting around here with full energy. So what's up, like 3 or 4 drones? You're you dead, kids. Yeah, there's that attempt at a run by. But as we see here, the bio responds pretty easily. A lot of people saying if he had plating, he would have won there in chat. I agree. This is like one of those games. You'll see everybody's got that one upgrade, right? Protoss has extended thermal lance. Terran sometimes with combat shields, not often. Zerg with Kindness Plating here, right? Like, it's unfortunate when that one upgrade is so critically important that it costs you fights, much less games. Well, that's all she wrote. All the ultras went down immediately. He even hits a couple of his own corrosive bows and manages to miss the medevacs in the process. That was not a good game for Bly, but that was an excellent win here for aLive. Ooh, guys. Not good. But at least Bly will get map pick coming out of this. Flotch resub for 16 months. Thank you so much, Flotch. Says, I think I haven't gotten to watch BaseTradeTV in over a month. God damn. Watching my Splice Boys get destroyed this weekend. Hopefully this stream helps ease my pain. Ooh, brother. Oh, brother. Well, I'm glad you're here, Flotch, and I'm glad you kept the 16-month chain going. Thank you very much for that, dude. And then we had Masonovic for a Twitch Prime sub as well. Thank you for joining the channel. Welcome to the Base Trade Brigade. Hope you enjoy your stay. And, of course, hopefully all you new subs will enjoy the replay packs you'll be getting after this tournament's done today. So trying to walk and talk and set up the lobby. Bly wants Ascension to Ire. And, where's this here? For those who are complaining about my mic clipping, again, I'm sorry, I don't have a compressor set up with this new mixer, so I'm used to being frivolously loud for 4 years of casting, and it's like this reminder constantly, like, hey, don't go full idiot screaming into the mic. It's my bad. I'm trying though, folks. But let's hop into Ascension to Ire. What prevents these players from watching the stream and hearing the cues? It's why we use a stream delay, guys. I will say at this point, we've got players like Bly, whoops, and aLive. Whoops, Bly does not have 9 points. And a lot of regulars in these cups that are not just talented enough that they don't need to cheat, but I would just trust them not to anyways. It's not the type of player they are. So I say with confidence we could probably afford to run a tournament with no delay, but this is why we use 3 minutes of delay. It prevents them even being tempted to do it, right? Maybe you're having a kind of bad day, you need the $10, you need the $60 for winning first place. You get tempted to come cheat. Well, it won't matter if you do because it's 3 minutes delayed. You're going to hear about the proxy after it's already attacked you type thing, so yeah. But hey, if you guys are new to that information, you might be new to the channel, so this is where I'm going to quickly mention to make sure to hit that follow button. Don't miss any of the StarCraft action or what has become more recently the Players Unknown Battleground action we got here on the channel. And I thank you all kindly for tuning in. But the follow button's free, and we're at 88,642 followers, getting close to 90K. And then it's just 10,000 to 100,000. And I think that's my goal. Get the 6 digits rolling in that follower account. But hey, until then, game number 2. Top left side of the map, he's down 1 at the moment. It is the Red Zerg, Team Experts Bly. And in the bottom right, the blue Terran player aLive. I forgot to get water between these games. You know, guys, while the game's kicking off here, I'm going to wait till the Reaper's made. We're going to auto-follow the Reaper, and then I'm going to run to grab some water real quick. Because if this ends up being a long game, I'm not going to survive. Plus, I really don't think there's going to be anything too weird with the openings. Bly had, of course, not gone for like a fast retort or anything. Lynx might cause some damage here. Really on this Reaper, but okay. Be right back 1 sec, guys. Tried to drink some while walking back. Looks like the Lings, did they kill the SCV? They did. Alright. A little bit of chaos over here. Nothing too crazy. The Reaper might go down at this rate. aLive, what are you doing? What is this micro? Of course, he does have to keep the SCV alive too. Which he might not do. Oh. This ended up being really good for Bly. This forced like 4 or 5 SCVs off of mining to repair the reactor. He killed 2 SCVs. He delayed and stalled out the command center. This was a really good start for Bly in this game, which, let's be honest, guys, he needs after the way that last game went. Anyways, got that water of life in me now. Feels better. aLive, I think, will have a fairly good chance of cleaning this up with a maybe 2-0. I don't want to count Bly out because Bly has, of all the players I've cast in StarCraft 2 over my 4-ish years doing this, Bly's the one who has most, not consistently, but most surprised me with comebacks in victories where he really shouldn't have gotten a comeback or a victory. So I'm never ever in the entire career of casting StarCraft 2 gonna count Bly out, especially with moves like this. Actually, if he were just slightly faster, he could have gotten under the factory and completely denied production, but there's nothing out. A Cyclone and a Hellion, and that's about it. And frankly, these Lings, well, they don't actually have to commit. They could go back into the Overlord. But they get on top of the Hellion, they get on top of the Cyclone. Gonna fall back, try and kill some SCVs, I guess. This doesn't go so well for Bly, frankly. This could have gone a lot better. But as he runs around, he manages to juke out the Cyclone. Pick off a Buell. Oh, it's kind of funny to watch. He was getting ready to go for round 2, but I think he realized it would be a little bit fruitless. So runs back home now to deal with the drop. Drones are getting slaughtered as the Queen's trying to pick off the Marines. 11 workers die for this, and while this may have been a good opening for Bly, the follow-up not so great. Widowmine down here looks like it picked off about 3. And the drop out of aLive pays him back for that harassment, but oh, just barely going to be able to deny this SCV. One Zergling stops production of the 3rd command center. A big thank you to Way of the Silent for the 27 months coming back. Thank you for that resub, man. Still not a complete wall, so there's totally opportunities for run-bys here. Not that there's really a lot set up for it, though. Still taking damage back at home. Widowmine pops off. Doesn't kill much. It's actually been a continued problem for him. Just dealing with a couple of Marines here. Widowmine there. And of course, Hellion gets some roasty toasty action too. Bly's scraping away right now. He's got to be careful with this too, because he's starting to give away too many units. His supply count looks good, but don't get fooled by the fact that it is roaches. So some Cyclones in the middle of the map. Without speed, it's a little bit difficult to take these fights, as we can see. But this many Lings should be able to catch the Cyclones. I don't know about the Hellions. Gets a full surround on the army. Gets some pretty good damage in here. He'll at least stop aLive's attack that was pushing, and maybe even have the momentum. It looks like he will actually have the momentum to carry through. 3rd base is going to have to be lifted. Natural base has almost no defense. Cyclone's coming out with a Banshee, and that's about it for defense, guys. This is a really tough time period for aLive, who's relying on what is 1 unit right now to stop all of this. 2 Cyclones pop out, though, just in the nick of time. Still might be able to break one of the depots. Oh, he's trying everything to break this, guys, but the SCVs repairing it are just barely too good. Oh, that was close. That was really, really close. I don't even know if these Ravagers would have enough time to morph in. The Banshee just going to hammer away at them from above. Of course, Corrosive Vials will help break the depots, but also be able to reach over to kill the SCVs a little bit easier. They don't take the bonus damage from the Cyclones, which also does make them more durable, but almost dead units are still almost dead units. He can't break this wall, and without that wall being open, there's no chance for Bly to break in. He's not droned behind this heavily. He's not gotten a lot going for him. He's done a good job denying mining on the 3rd, but really the attack has fallen very short here. Now back at home, he is looking for roaches. He did squeeze out a couple more drones. He's going to saturate these 3 bases and finally have some good income, but I don't know. aLive's matching him, and that's without using the 3rd at all. So the attempted drop will be cleaned up too by these double Cyclones and that Marine. No! Roach is coming. He really wants to open this door, man. It's just not gonna happen. Well, forget what I said. He actually opens the door, but there's just no way for him to break it. Like, he used so many of his units getting to this point. Like, what's died? Whoops. 7 Roaches, 58 Zerglings, 2 Ravagers. The Deepa just comes down again. Great SimCity tactics here out of aLive. It's hiding behind that wall. Oh, Banshee does not get the kill yet. There's another Transfuse locked and loaded. Maybe. Yeah, it kills the Banshee. Blah, you're stressing me out so much, man. I love watching you play. But today it's giving me a panic attack. All kinds of bad. I'll use the Pokemon with the Banshee, even if it's just one. Hey, Astro Zombies SG, or Astro Zombie SG. Excuse me. Thank you for that Twitch Prime sub. Today might be like the most Twitch Prime subs we've had in a while. Way of the Silent for 27 months. I don't know if I said thank you already. I think I did. Thank you very much. It's nice to see you guys. It's actually a little bit blasé when you start casting every single day and there's like 2 subs per stream. Maybe we need to take a week off more often. Not because it'll get me any more money, but it'll make me feel better about the subs we get on that one day we come back. Crazy amount of mules drop on the mineral line, so he's finally getting this 3rd base underway. He's playing catch up in a big way. Wow, another Twitch Prime sub coming in. Carl Fishy with that Twitch Prime love. Thank you so much, dude. Man, at this rate, we're going to be 300 subs away from new emotes. Ugh. So far away. Actually, I am wrong. We are less than 300 subs away. We're at 1,107 sub points out of 1,400. So, unless everybody upgrades to tier 3, we're still a while out. But that's okay. We'll make that grind eventually. Just gotta find a good way to make it worth people subbing. It's difficult though because you're limited in what you can really give back, right? Anyways, talk about that later. Attack goes underway. Blythe focuses down the tank, tries to get the other one, but quick pickup out of aLive keeps it, well, frankly, alive. Now the Roaches are forced to commit to a fight they can't really win, and they're not going to get any damage. They're not really trading out well. Blythe is granted distracting a portion of aLive's army, but aLive is still pushing, so this is not really stalled out anything. This is bottom some minor borrowed time. There are infestors. There are corrosive biles. A combination of the two could really, really hurt aLive's army, but frankly, we're on that time period now where it's moving to ultras again. Kindness plating. Will he forget it? I'm hoping not. It was really bad last time, guys. But looks like he takes out the first wave of the attack. The Fungal Growths have been pretty solid so far, but needs those corrosive biles on the medevacs. Unfortunately, using a lot of them on the bio leaves him a little bit short in that direction, but he takes out the tanks. He takes out most of the Marauders. A couple of infested Terrans coming down for anti-air. Blythe's really committing to beating aLive back from this, and I think this is a smart move. GG actually gets called. I'm surprised that game went towards aLive. Or to Blythe. My brain. Blythe wasted so much that game. I guess aLive just had realized his income was not going to cut it. Oh, GG. Alright, so that's going to send us to game 3, as if we didn't have enough of these today. No complaints here. I fucking love ace matches. So let's get some ace matches in chat, and we'll see you guys here in 2 minutes as we set up for the 3rd and final match. Alright, welcome back. Thanks for watching this 2 minutes of ads. Helps me out a ton. As we get into the 3rd game. We had someone hit us up with some sub action during the break. Thank you to Dab on TV for the Twitch Prime sub. Look at your name up there. It's so pretty, so cute. Thank you very much, dude. All these subscribers today. I'm actually considering we just need to stream once a month, guys. Logically speaking, if this happens when we take a week off, imagine if we took a month off. Actually, I feel like that crosses a line, and that's in the territory where everybody just unsubs. And nobody, anyone who comes back is just lucky to get back. So we won't be doing that anytime soon. But anyways, game number 3. Things are tied up 1-1. It's spawning the bottom right side. We got the red Zerg player. It's Blythe. And in the top left, it's going to be the blue Terran player, aLive. Again, just repainting the picture here. aLive coming cross-server. This dude is, of course, the away field player. Coming from Korea. In fact, what time is it in Korea right now? What time is it in Korea? It is 4:49 a.m. This guy did not wake up early. He stayed up late. So, fighting off exhaustion and server lag, we'll see if he can bring it to a close here in Game 3, or if it will go to our European Zerg. Taking out all factors of logic, though, I will say this probably favors Bly. Not just because he won that last game and he's on the momentum roll or any BS like that. It's just, it's Europe, guys. Every time it's Europe, it's a ZvT finals, okay? No exceptions. It could be TVP and TVT in the semifinals, and it'll still be a ZvZ finals. I'm just saying. Regardless of all this, though, of course, we still have poor Laser and Keen on standby, waiting to play behind this. Keen must be exhausted. I'm sure Laser's just bored of waiting. Either way, we got another best of 3, and then the best of 5 grand finals to lock in today's cup. Woo! Woo! But I guess, well, we're waiting to chill just a little bit, guys. I can't tell you what, but Corsair has a new something coming out for Gamescom, I guess. Zomgrab and I were sent a piece of this equipment early to test it, and I will say that I like this equipment quite a lot. Unfortunately, we're not allowed to show it off or talk about it or anything really until after it's been debuted live, but having to go back to the old equipment for this cast has made me very sad. I'm not going to lie. However, all Corsair gear is pretty legit. And if you guys want to buy any of their equipment, make sure to use the affiliate links down below in the stream. Even if you're not going to buy anything, just you want to check out their store, you're curious what they have for sale, still do it through the links we have down below. It helps us out a ton. Click-throughs to sponsors mean a lot. Looks like these links will get a pretty nice scout. Number one thing he's going to see is 2 barracks down very quickly. On top of that, the fact that this is nothing cheesy behind it. You know, you could see 2 barracks hit in 3rd one. No factory. I mean, granted, don't get me wrong, there's not a lot of variety in builds here, guys. You're not looking for like this impossibly infinite amount of things to scout for, but it is just confirming that aLive is doing, frankly, actually the older school build, right? 2-on-1's been a while since we've seen this come out, but if this ends up just going across the map with or without Widow Mines, it can still deal a lot of damage based on its timing. Keep in mind, Byun, Ryung, Gumiho, like a lot of really talented a lot of talented Terran players probably use this build on every single map for 4 months of the year with no variation to the build whatsoever, and it won them tournaments and it won them games. I would still sub. Blaine, you're a true esports hero. Thank you very much, man. If people are looking for the bracket command, ! Brackets and chat will take it through you. Take you to them. Why can't I? My brain just doesn't want to work at this point. But yeah, bracket command, as we can see here. There's really not that much left in the tournament. We are in the semifinals after all. And of course, it's fun because I love that these weekly cups, you know, it's $100 per cup. Of course, that money comes from Corsair. Again, big love to them. Papa bless. But it's still the fact that these guys we got really talented players that come out for cash like this. Back in the day, man, you couldn't. Not for $100. This is like small-time weekly chump change, right? The B-list players would show up for this stuff. Which I guess maybe you could argue some of the people here are. But whatever, I think they're all really good players. Don't take it away from me. BaseTradeTV, you tease. Yeah. You're blue balling us, Base Trade. Maybe. But at least you know those blue balls will be in RGB, right? Because it's Corsair. Alright, as the drop really does not commence, Bly's done a good job of pushing this off already just by scouting it and being in position. This buys him a little bit of time, actually. So instead of fending off drones and losing queens to this, he gets a little bit of a small run by and continues to advance his tech. 1-1 was already on the way, and that's not going to change based on the drop, but it's the fact that he's got the freedom to go layer. The Baneling Nest comes down. All these things will go uncontested for a little bit. Corsair is 10 times better than Razor. Bismarck UK, I'm glad you're a Corsair fan, and I agree with your statement. But to be fair, Literally everything is 10 times better than Razer. So, you know, I am actually not a. I want to make this clear for everybody too, because I've talked about Razer on stream a couple times. It has nothing to do with our Corsair sponsorship. I've just had such bad customer service from Razer in the past. Their equipment broke on me so quickly. Like, I really, really am not a fan of Razer, and they just try to make their shit look pretty. It's bad stuff with a lot of makeup. But yo, some bits coming in from Dice Soda. Thank you very much. Takes a stab at that bit. Wait, isn't he already the bit boss? Well, if he wasn't, he is. Either way, thank you very much, dude. While this goes on, bailings are made. Speed on the way. Taking engagements shouldn't be a problem if it's on creep, but off, of course, it becomes a big problem. Liberator also going to be pushing around some of the overlords and stuff. And the rocks go down. Viking comes in as well on the side. Might pick up a couple of overlords, but with spore crawlers and queens at the ready, they shouldn't get away with much. Cleaning up creep tumors is a really big part of attacking any Zerg player, so doing a good job of that. We don't actually have that much creep spread out of Bly. Speed is still finishing up here soon. Not really a lot to do with the medevacs right now, but once those tanks start rolling out, gonna really like his chances to take a fight. No Widow Mines, mostly RNG. Tanks are a lot more, I guess, guaranteed damage. You can aim them too, which is nice. A couple drones getting hit here by, I don't know what, frankly. Liberator maybe set up in the main, yeah, by the looks of it. Trying to focus on the front lines, though. Good spread. Splits on the creep, though. Bit of a mistake. Still left with plenty of bio to push. And looks like that Liberator in the main did get cleaned up, so only 4 drones died for it. Queen's also going down here. Bly has got no army to work with. No banelings. Is only Summer now on the way. Marauders can easily soak those on the front lines. Those tanks are weak, but not dead. Setting up on that back line should easily be able to chip away at this. Everything running away from the banelings and the tanks. Focus fire them down best they can. The tanks do die, but not before taking out most of the Zerglings, most of the banelings. And it looks like aLive's got enough to push through this. Funny enough, the units that are not with the medevacs are getting absolutely wrecked. The medevacs are keeping these 4 Marines alive forever, on the other hand. Liberator is setting up this, ooh, this zone. Ouch. Yeah, this is no bueno. With the Baneling Nest going down, Bly's going to lose all hope to take this. Liberators are picking off what few units try to run by. Tanks have got some good shots too. This is a super zoning area. As the Banelings rush in to try and clear this out, the Queens come in for the Liberators, but the Liberators will take care of those Queens. Spore Crawler, the only way to get rid of this, but it's too late, guys. I think we're too far gone, and looks like aLive will be going through to the finals at this rate. Bly's just simply out of juice. Love the people in chat that were calling the Zerg victory because Terran didn't deal damage early on, as we can clearly see, not the case here. Now, Bly still has extra bases, and he's still mining, but the thing is he just can't get his army supply over 20, and anytime he does, he has to throw it away, trying to fend off from killing his drones. Now that the drones are going down, that army supply doesn't matter, and this game is already over. Bly just doesn't know it yet. Raujin. Raging Raujin comes in with 202 bits to slay the bit boss. And aLive takes the series 2-1. Very nicely done. Had some sub action come in, but I do want to bring this part up, which I think is hilarious. Hold up. Where's Blaine? Blaine wrote something in chat I want to show off. Here we go. BaseTradeTV, Sandface, I use a Raver keyboard and mouse, help me. Now either his keyboard is so busy partying that I can't spell anything correctly, or his Razer keyboard just is malfunctioning. Insert joke about the topic. Thank you very much to the people cheering and all this stuff in chat. McMarzipan with a 17-month resub. Thank you very much. Says, what did the Buffalo say when he left his son? It's, what did the Buffalo say when his son went to his son when he went to school? And he said, bye, son. Please. You gonna come at me with dad jokes? As if I don't know them dad jokes? Come on. Come on. By the way, Diet Soda immediately re-slays the Bit Boss to claim his crown. He really wants to boss tax everybody, I guess. But hey, we're gonna go to commercial break. We'll get the series set up. We've had these guys waiting forever. Let's not make them wait much longer. It's gonna be a Laser versus Keen. We'll see you guys soon.